Hello, Christian here. Let's continue with CAMWorks TechDB series. This is part 3, and for this tutorial I will show you how to define or change the strategies for slot features. But first, what is a slot in CAMWorks? Well, please think of a pocket with one or two walls missing. If we have a pocket with one wall missing, this is a slot for CAMWorks. But if we have two walls missing, then we will have a corner slot. Of course, for a better understanding, let's take a look of example part. So for this tutorial I prepared this part. This part is filled with a lot of features, but we will concentrate on this group of slot feature, and here it's a corner slot. I told you earlier about some, let's say, wall missing. So for CAMWorks, when we have a slot missing, this empty wall, it's called air segment offset, and this air segment offset setting will help CAMWorks calculate the strategy and use this empty area for engage and retract the tools. Also the same for a corner slot. So I will define first slot. Define first, of course, the millbar setup. Right click on the millbar setup. 2.5 axis feature. Let's say slot. The beginning of the slot. Click on the face. End condition is activated. Click here. And right now we have a group of slots defined. You will see on every slot we will have an interrupted line. This is the air segment offset, and it will help CAMWorks understand that this is a slot, this is an air segment, and it will calculate the entry and retract of the tool from this direction, which is good. Right now, for this tutorial, I will show you how to enter the TechDB from this area when you define it, when you define interactively a feature. So I will move the mouse on a strategy, rough and finish, and before generating an operation plan, just click on the TechDB ID, and right now we will go on a slot condition in CAMWorks technology database. Of course, this is a slot. I have a rough mill and a contour mill. Right now I will concentrate on of course the tool selection and the operation parameters. So I have a flattened mill tool, which is good. I have the largest inscribed circle, which is also good. I have a constant, and in my opinion this is good for a slot operation. We will scroll down, and here I have operation parameters. Just right click here, and right now I have the ability to change everything in the rough mill operation for a slot. So right now I have the feeds and speeds. I have a pattern of offset roughing, which is good for a slot. Right now I have here all these are unchecked. And let's say I want a higher step over, just move, just change here from, let's say, 40 to 60. And right now, the only thing I need to do is just click on the save button. But also, if you want, just change here the amount. Let's say I will deactivate the percentage of diameter and hit 1, save, and right now move forward to a contour mill operation. So for contour mill operation I will have the same settings. Go to the contour. Let's change also the depth parameters. Let's say 2 millimeters. Go to lead in, maybe change to parallel, lead in and lead out point. lead in type, lead out is the same as lead in. So in my opinion, this is very good. Click on save, click on X to close this window, and right now let's take a look at rough mill and contour mill. Also, if we are looking here, this is a slot with a blind for depth for all materials, width and depth from 0 to 100. So if you are looking at the technology database for slots, we have defined few strategies. And for slots, I recommend to just go in the technology database and change here, or if you are generating an operation plan, just do your changes and press save operation plan and then overwrite the existing conditions in CAMWorks. So this is for a slot. It's okay. The rough finish is already changed. Let's define the corner slot, 2.5 axis. Click here, corner slot, the beginning and the end of the corner slot. Strategy, click on the corner slot, TechDB ID. So right now I will change something here like this on the contour mill. The rough mill I will leave it like this. Maybe change also here if you want in the operation parameters. I have the same condition for a largest inscribed circle, but for contour mill, for tool selection, I want to use the tool with the exact radius of the feature. So in this case, I have for a tool selection, lower expression and upper expression, I have finish radius of the feature, which is good, but here I will leave 1 and here 1. Press on save, close the CAMWorks technology database, define the corner slot and generate operation plan. Let's take a look. So I have right here a rough mill with a 18 diameter flat end tool, which is good. The step over is modified. If you want to change also here something, just change and save the technology database. And I have right here a contour mill with a 12 millimeter tool. Let's take a look at the radius. Click on the radius and look here, the radius is bigger than 6, which is good. I have also here, I didn't change anything for a rough mill, so this is the original rough with offset roughing pattern, but I want to have a tool with the same diameter like the radius of the feature. So let's take a look here. I have a 10 millimeters radius and the tool with the same diameter. So in conclusion, for the slot and corner slot, you can use the default strategies with minor changes. So in a second we will have your technology database for this type of feature. So this was part 3 of the tutorial of this series. If you have questions, please feel free to leave a comment on YouTube or my LinkedIn profile. Until the next video, if you liked the tutorial, subscribe to my channel or follow my LinkedIn profile. Links will be in the description of the video. And of course, stay safe and goodbye.